there. Okay, before people jump on the bandwagon about Gani, when we get to it, we'll get to it and I'll touch on it. But I want you lot to kind of just take in mind everybody's culture is different. We all do things or have to do things. Some people don't want to do certain things, but sometimes within certain people's culture, that's just what it is. It's not for me to try and understand. It's not for you to try and understand. It's just a matter of this is someone is explaining their stories to someone. Please be very respectful with your comments. Because I could already sense when he said that, I said, oh, people are gonna start like slandering him online and cussing him online and coming with their judgmental stuff. At the end of the day, I get why some of you will question it. I do get it because obviously let's anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it now. When we touch down on basis, when we get to that note, we will get to it. But yes guys, welcome back to another Big Brother review. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As you already know, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the family. Without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So I keep going to call him Michael, but his name's actually Richard. I've been thinking. So guys, if in my previous reviews I've been saying Michael, some of you are probably thinking, who the hell is Michael? His name is Richard. I've been calling him Michael this entire time. I don't know why, but I don't know. He just looks like a Michael to me. But his name's Richard. So okay, so it's confirmed that I think he actually sleeps in shirt and trousers, which okay. Okay. So they were all waking up with good vibes, good positive vibes, singing and dancing. And it's funny because certain people were getting onto Gani about that the previous day, but now you all are doing it in the morning. Okay. Today they have their first kind of task. It's known as Icon Industries. They are now factory workers where they're going to be manufacturing eyeballs, and there's a certain target that they have to meet, but the target is confidential. They cannot know what the target is. If they meet that target, they will be given a luxury shopping budget, and they also will be earning wages, which will be eyes which they can use to buy treats and use it for other things that they can use it for. Gani and Elsa start singing at each other, so like instead of talking, they start singing. I'm not going to lie. Call me miserable if you want. That would have started getting on my nerves. After what? Okay, the first two sentences, okay, cool, cute, they're singing. After a while, I would have been like, okay, that's enough. Just talk normally. Like I'm that type of person. Like actually, you have to catch me. You have to catch me in the right. You have to catch me on the right day in the right mood. If I was literally in the mood, then cool. I probably would have joined in with the singing. But like, if you catch me on the off day, I probably would have said, I wouldn't have said nothing, but I would have got up and left. Let me not even cap. I wouldn't have said anything. Because at the end of the day, if they want to sing, they can sing. Who am I to tell them to stop singing? But I would have got up and left because I wouldn't have been trying to hear that in my ears. So they have to pump to get the formula and then transfer it into the trays. Cameron was really struggling. Cameron was really like the formula was all on his glasses. Like he was actually having a hard time. And then they move on to the next stage, which is the assembly line. Gani was saying that in India, in his village, that people have seen a tiger. I think from what I've heard, because like some of my colleagues have even said this, like in the village, the tigers just be walking around. Yeah, yeah, I can't lie to you. I'll be so honest when I say this. No, absolutely no. Absolutely no. Nope. Tigers are just walking around loosely. No. And you know what's crazy? Because I've seen videos on Instagram regarding this as well. Absolutely no. Them tigers need to be in a cage. Or they need to be... someone needs to be controlling them. You see, like here, if we see... the only time I see tiger here in the UK is in the zoo. Not just walking around freely like that. You're crazy. They're not pets like that to just be walking around. Nah. Marcus gets called to the big boss's office. George is saying that he'd rather have Nigel Farage as Prime Minister than Starmer, to be honest. If I'm being totally honest with you. Actually, let me not talk politics on here. I'm not getting into all of that. And then George ends up bringing up the asylum seeker conversation again with Zila. Again, when it comes to like politics, I'm just not. Obviously, I agree with what Zila was saying, and I'll leave it as that. I agree with what Zila was saying, and that's all I'm gonna say with that. It's clear to see what side George is on, and it goes. That's probably why I don't. That's probably another reason why I don't like him as well, because it's clear to see your views and values and who you side with when it comes to the political side of things. But yeah, I'm just not gonna get into all of that. Tate and Sam are talking about like who they fancy and marriage and stuff like that. So Tate was kind of like asking Sam, does he want to get married and stuff like that, and Sam was basically saying no. He no, they don't want to get married because they had that idea of when they were growing up that they only could get married to a woman, and obviously they didn't want to get married to a woman. So it was a simple fact where they just want to, I feel like, just want to be kind of free. And Tate was kind of saying that he is surprised, like, he'll see guys who are big butch who are gay, and it's like really shocking. And yeah, I've been saying that. I've been saying that. Those are the ones you need to really, not all of them, obviously, but like, yeah, you guys will really be surprised. Um, Tate is in the Big Brother office talking about Marcus and Elsa. Like they have their little group. So I believe in the group is Tate, Cameron B, Marcus, and Elsa. But he was talking about Marcus and Elsa doing their own little thing. But if that doesn't work out, then he could always come back to the Wolf Pack. So they're calling each other. They've got their group called Wolf Pack. So obviously the group that had to paint the eyes. That they, to be fair to them, they had the hardest task. Out of all the tasks, they had the hardest one to paint the eye and get the eye to basically exactly how it looks on the piece of paper. You definitely couldn't put me there. Yeah, I did not even take arts for GCSE because I was that bad at drawing. I couldn't even draw a simple figure. Like my art was so terrible. Like no matter how hard I tried, I used to always want to try and draw. It just was never for me. So I would have immediately failed at that. They only got 3 eyes out of 15 when George and Richard were counting them. Jenny said that she will be fuming if they don't pass the challenge. Gani, George, and Caroline, they were outside kind of talking about like, Gani was kind of asking like, oh, is it like because I guess in like, again in Indian culture, and I've known this because I've actually grown up around a lot of Indians as well, so you kind of like ask questions and you kind of get to know as well. Um, Gani was basically asking, oh, is it like kind of embarrassing if you still live at home with your parents past the age of like 30 or whatever. And back in the day, I think some people still try to shun people that do. You're an idiot if you laugh at someone that does that, to be honest. I'm 26 and I still live at home, and ain't nobody telling me shit, because while most of you move out from a young age, you're now wishing to go back home with your parents because you're realizing cost of living is a mother effer. So while you're there laughing, I'm so grateful that I still have the opportunity to live at home and to save. I mean, that's the best option in this place right now with this economy. You have no choice but to do that. Like, you can't buy a house right now unless unless you've been saving for years, and I mean years. And the younger you buy your house, the better, because then by the age of when you're like 45, 50, you'll be able to pay off your mortgage. So I feel like if you're laughing at people for still living at home or saying, oh, you're bummy for still living at home, how I really look at it is it's better to have a partner, two sets of incomes coming in, you both save into one joint account, buy a house that way. and have both your names on the house. So then if shit goes left, well, hopefully it doesn't go left, but if shit goes left, you guys can either decide to sell and then you would have to go back at home. Don't have just one person's name. Don't make that mistake. Like, yeah, don't make that mistake. Don't actually make that mistake. So now Zila goes to Big Boss's office, and the total number of eyes for like their salary, for their wages, is 300. And Zila takes however much he thinks he deserves. He gets first pick, and he only took 20. Very, very generous of him to only take 20. Fisholo took 30. Tasia took 50. Elsa took 20. Marcus took 25. Tate took 25. Richard tried to take the rest of the 300. You greedy son of a... Listen, Richard is very greedy, you know. Richard is very... Richard, you need to understand... People need to understand in these type of social experiments, you don't want to make enemies. And by you doing that, people are going to look at you sideways, because it's like, why do you need to have all 300? What do you need that... It's actually showing how greedy you are. That's so selfish. I'll be so real. Like, you actually don't need to... You could have at least taken 30. At least 30, 50 max. He tried to take a whole 300, and then he thought about it, and then how much did he end up taking? He ended up taking 50. So yeah, he took 50, but to me, that's still a lot. You could have taken 30. It's like Big Brother reminded him that if you take that, no one else is gonna, like, it's like he really tried to be selfish. I didn't really like that from Richard, I'll be so real. Cameron took 36, Jenny took 20, Caroline only took 4, Nancy took 7, and Sam took the rest, which was 13, which meant Gani, Cameron B, and George received no wages. I can't lie, I'll get to it when I get to it. So, this is where Gani now explains. Him and Jenny are having a conversation outside. Jenny should look to do a podcast when she comes out of that Big Brother house, because what her little kind of sessions in that garden bit is giving podcast vibes. It's actually giving like, producers are watching this, you know. She should actually like have her own podcast when she comes out of this. So 2022, Gani tried everything, like he was in like his bisexual era. But then Gani's dad was like saying to him, okay, come on, like, when you're gonna get married? This is very, very, like, from what I've heard, guys, everything I'm telling you is from things I've heard. I'm obviously not Indian, so I'm not a part of the culture. I can't say 100%, but this is things I've heard from other Indian people, and what I've told, and also what I've seen myself. Okay, so obviously Gani's dad was like pressuring him to get married. Like, come on, like, you're at an age now, how come you're not married? Like, stuff like that. And but due to the pressure, and due to like his dad kind of, you know, Gani ended up marrying his cousin. Now, this is where I said, hold off with your judgmental comments, because I could hear I felt the energy of like all the comments coming. Like, I could actually feel it. And it is quite common within the Indian community for that type of stuff to happen. And it, funnily enough, it's not just within the Indian community that be happening. It's not just their community that be happening. So it's a thing where I'm not saying all Indians do that, so please don't remix my words or try to put words into my mouth. Again, let me just put it out there. This is stuff I've heard. Yeah? It's quite a common thing for someone who doesn't normally do that, or for you know, other people from other communities that don't normally do stuff like that. Of course, to someone like with me, like, let's say 7-8 years ago, I probably would have said, what the earth? Like, I would have said that. I definitely would have said that. Knowing how my mind was back then, I would have said, what the earth is that? That would have literally been my words. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten to realize that not all of us are the same. Cultures are different. We all come from different backgrounds. Things are just different. And what I may not understand, but what isn't my normal is someone else's normal. And at the end of the day, it's accepted within in their community and within their culture. I just have to respect it. I don't understand it. I don't have to understand it because it's not within my world. That doesn't happen. But all I could do is respect it, and I'm not gonna come on here and start saying negative things about it. At the end of the day, Gani's happy. He's got a beautiful son. He's happy, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's ancestry. Let's just call it for what it is. That's what it is. Obviously you are, you're having a child with one of your family relatives. Let's just call it for what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm not judging. It's a thing where it's like, I don't understand it, but I'm still going to respect people for their culture and for what they do. I'm not here to judge people. That's not what I wasn't put on this earth to do that. So I'm not going to do that. So guys, please, like, when you're typing stuff online, just be very mindful of the things that you're saying. Just please be mindful because like words can have an effect. And remember, Gani's family are also watching the show as well. So just be very mindful and just try to show some respect when you're saying things online as well. Cameron B then ends up opening the envelope, and the target was 50 balls that they had to paint, and they only got 7. So they're going to get a normal economy shopping list. Each person now had to go and collect their wages. So the way some of them thought they were safe, no, because now everyone's going to see who went to go and get the most. So Gani was like he started to complain, and Caroline was telling him to shut up. I can't lie, at that point, Caroline would have got dragged. You see, because who you talking to? Like, who you telling to shut up? I get where Gani's coming from. Like, I worked hard. Like, I actually worked, and you're telling me I have no. Basically, imagine working a job. Imagine working a job because the eyeballs is basically money. It's like the equivalent to money, right? Imagine working a job and you don't get paid. Oh no, I'm complaining too. This is a work experience. I'm not doing this for free. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not getting paid? I will complain too. So the fact that and you know what, I already look at Caroline sideways because she's friends with Nigel Farage. So I'm already looking at her sideways. And now you're telling Gani to shut up. You better watch yourself. The thing is, I was actually messing with you at the beginning as well. But number one, you're friends with Nigel Farage, and number two, now you're telling people to shut up. You better watch yourself. You better come correct. I can't lie. You actually better come correct. Can't put me in a house with people like that because I would have dragged her. Woman, man, wherever you go by, I would have dragged your ass because who you telling to shut up? Cause I know it's not me. I would have been like, who you talking to? You better take your. Gani is just actually going off because he's pissed off, and I understand the frustration. George, Gani, and Cameron B got nothing. And Gani is going off at Sam as well. He's like, oh, Sam, why is it every time I talk, you're laughing? And Sam is like, oh, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because, I'm nervous within the situation. And I get that. Like, I tend to do the same thing. When something is, like, serious, I laugh. I tend to do that too. But, Sam was very apologetic. Bless Sam. Like, they were very apologetic. And they were very like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, if I offended you, I'm sorry. Very, very apologetic. You could tell Sam doesn't like conflict. He's not one, they are not one of the messy gays or quiz. They're not one of the messy one. You know how you get like some quiz gays? Guys, excuse me, okay? Please do excuse me. You know how you get like messy ones who relish within drama and conflict and stuff like that? I can tell they're not like that, so yeah. Gani was saying to Fashola that no, sorry, I skipped a note. Cameron B said to Tate that he is no longer part of the wolf pack because he didn't pick him to go and get he didn't pick him to. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Where was I? So Cameron B said that Tate is no longer part of the wolf pack. You see, with this one, I don't think it's that deep. I think Tate genuinely forgot. Like, he genuinely just kind of forgot. Like, when you're trying to think of people in the house. And to be honest, like, it hasn't even been a full week yet. And people are claiming to be best friends already. Me personally, I don't understand that. I would never understand stuff like that. Like, people are already claiming to be best friends, this, that, and the third. It hasn't even been a full week. If you came and told me I'm no longer part of the wolf pack, okay. Cool. Is what it is. Like, what am I supposed to do? Cry? Like, I have friends outside of this experiment. Like, I got real life friends that I've known for a long time. Like, okay, cool. It's nice to meet new people and make new friends. I'm not saying that, but what do you expect me to do? Okay, I forgot your name. I forgot to mention your name. I forgot to bring you forward. I'm so sorry. Like, what do you expect me to do? I'm not gonna beg for. Like, Tate was doing a bit too much trying to beg for friendship. Like, me personally, or trying to say, "Oh, come on, man." I haven't even known you a full week. Like, okay, if I'm not part of the Wolfpack no more, okay, no, it doesn't actually no strain off my back. Gani then goes to Fashola and says that basically says to her that, oh, is this her is she genuinely a nice person? And I'm thinking, what kind of question are you asking? And he was like, oh, are you just doing it to like kind of, is it an act? And I'm thinking, is this gonna be the theme of this year's Big Brother? Like, are people just gonna think people are acting up for the camera? Because please, it's gonna irritate me. And Fashola said, no, like I'm just genuinely a nice person. Like I just generally speak to people with respect and stuff like that. And then even Gani was like, oh, because I get the energy that you're a people pleaser. And Gani was basically just saying you don't need to be a people pleaser for people in the house. Some people, the people pleasing thing is a natural thing for them. You know, they like to please everybody. They want to make everybody happy. But I do get where Gani's coming from. You could be a nice person without being a people pleaser. Like the two they don't correlate. Like you could be nice without being a people pleaser. Like I'm nice to you, but I'm not going to do things to benefit you and to make you happy. If that makes sense. Like for example, like if you don't like me singing and dancing, that's a you problem. But I'm still gonna be nice to you though. But don't piss me off or don't test me because then I'm not gonna be then I'm not gonna be nice to you. You understand? Um, George is saying he thinks that no one likes him. I can speak for half the public. Half the public don't like you. But I feel like the majority wins. So the majority of the public do like you. They think you're entertaining. Anyway, Fashola was worried coming into this experience that people would ask if that she's putting on the nice act, and she had a little bit of a moment. She was having a moment, and I liked how Zila. This is why we're protecting Zila. This is why we're protecting Zila. This is why Zila, you are not going anywhere. This fact, you're not going nowhere. Um. Oh, yeah, Zila's not going anywhere. My brain froze for a minute. And lastly, George is saying that he would have taken 0 eyeballs. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. You know, if you was one of the first people in there, you would have taken eyeballs. Stop. Actually, stop the cap. I can see right through you. Stop the cap. You're not. You're a selfless person. You're a nice person. Me personally, I highly disagree with that one. But yeah, that is it for your Big Brother review tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. If you have, be sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you thought about the episode, and also subscribe if you are new. Don't forget, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so it will be nice for you to join the family. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Love Island Games. Those that are probably wondering, where's Love Island Games today? Like I was informed last week, it doesn't show, today's Thursday, so we're a day behind. It doesn't show Wednesdays on Peacock in America. So yeah, Love Island doesn't show on Wednesdays, and Saturdays are After Sun. So yeah, but I think speaking of Love Island Games, it's actually coming to an end. I think the final is on the 4th or the 5th, which is round the corner, and I'm glad. So that's one show off my back. But then I still got Love Is Blind and Big Brother. So yeah, but at least that's one show done. And then when Love Is Blind is done, I can go back to the gym, and then I only have to worry about Big Brother. So that's good. Then I can go back to the gym. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.